Around the time your child gets to be about 3rd, 4th grade, that's when chapter books and literature and poetry and composition and writing, all of these things skyrocket. Now, how do you get your kid to be interested in books with no pictures and literature, poetry, all the things? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Lightning Lit curriculum right after this. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shayla. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 with kids ranging between the ages 4 and 8 years old. Hewitt Learning was actually nice enough to send me the Lightning Lit grade 3 curriculum for free. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video. All of the opinions are my own. I don't do all that fake stuff. So, here we are. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So first impressions, I don't know if I've said this before, but I am a math and science girl through and through. My favorite subjects in school were calculus and physics. I am not necessarily a history buff or an English person. That's just not my jam. However, with this kit, I actually got excited because I saw classics on there like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Charlotte's Web, Rickshaw Girl. And so that made me it made me feel kind of nostalgic in a way because those are things that I read when I was a child. Now, I will say that if you look at the book list, some of these books do cover death. So if you or your child are sensitive, beware, be mindful. There's my little disclaimer. I want to quickly talk about the teacher's guide, what is in it. So you will have a whole bunch of pages on how to actually use this curriculum. It is very flexible. There's a whole section on how to tailor it to your needs, as well as right when you get to the curriculum pages, there's a week in a glance. So you can see exactly what your student will be covering every single week. Now, this curriculum is set up like a 4-day, I was going to say work week, a 4-day school schedule. You can do 4 days a week, and then there's an optional 5th day. So this would be used as a free day. It would be used to maybe catch up on material that you couldn't get to during the week, or if you wanted to challenge your student even more, then there's additional material that you could go over with them on that 5th day. For every lesson, you're going to have a section on literature, grammar and mechanics, as well as composition. So for these sections with literature, obviously you'll have the assignment where it tells you the number of chapters to read in what book, and there's going to be comprehension questions. Now, I like this because they're discussion questions, and if you have a reluctant writer like me, then you know that it's like pulling teeth to try to get your kids to write anything down. So I like that, the student doesn't have to write things down if they don't want to. You can just kind of talk about it with your kids. Also, too, you could even read the story to your child if you have a reluctant reader, or if your kid likes to read independently, then you could have them do that too. So again, it's very flexible. For grammar and mechanics, you're going to be going over things like parts of speech, sentence composition, subject predicate, that sort of deal. You're also going to be going over vocabulary words. And then this is where the student workbook comes into play. There's usually 1 or 2 pages that the student will complete surrounding those things. And the teacher's guide has the answers right in the section for you. Now, when it comes to the composition section, this is something that you will have to get, whether it's a notebook, a composition notebook, loose leaf paper, whatever you want. But the student will need to have writing paper where they can complete their own assignments. So for example, during the first week, the student is going to be looking at adjectives, right? So they're going to need to go to the place where they plan to describe, in the previous lesson. They're going to take notes, thinking about what do they hear, see, feel, smell. And they're going to list out as many nouns as they can from the place. And this is, similar to brainstorming. So you're getting your child used to doing writing and composing papers and maybe even, poetry and things like that. Another thing that I really like about this curriculum is the fact that it clearly states in there, literature and reading is kind of up to the individual, what they think. And so it's important not to tell your child, like, this is what you should think based on the book. It's asking the questions, allowing them to develop their own thought process and what they think about the stories and how it affects them and things like that. So I really appreciate that, coming from a space where I want my kids to really find their own voice. So I use this for my 8-year-old. He's actually in the 4th grade, but because you could tailor this so much It actually ended up being fine. I probably even could have used it simultaneously with my second grader. But all in all, I think it's a great curriculum if you're looking for something that is focused on literature and you really want your child to grow in their knowledge and understanding of how things are written, the breakdown of books, and even learning how to write through examining other literature, then this is great for you. So if you'd like to take a look further at this curriculum, go ahead and click the link in my description box. All of the information will be right there for you. And don't forget to subscribe and look out for all of my other homeschooling videos. Don't forget, hiding is overrated, and I'll see you next time.